Have you noticed that Caitlin Clark is not playing since July 15th?
Caitlin Clark has suffered a mild bone bruise to her left ankle.
The Caitlin Clark injury situation is officially a mess.
She was rehabbing her groin, and now she suffered an ankle injury while rehabbing the groin. The question is she ever going to come back?
Is there not more clarity? There's more confusion.
Apparently, Caitlin Clark has now picked up an ankle injury.
The Indiana Fever have got themselves a problem.
Caitlin Clark has suffered a mild bone bruise to her left ankle. Fans have been highly anticipating Caitlin Clark's return to the court. Suddenly, she has had an ankle injury for the last 2 weeks, and we've heard nothing. The Indiana Fever have got themselves a problem after we found out Caitlin Clark suffered yet another injury. Caitlin Clark is with the injured crew. That is not ideal.
Have you noticed that Caitlin Clark is not playing since July 15th?
Caitlin Clark's return has turned into a nightmare for the Indiana Fever.
The biggest news coming from the Indiana Fever, and that is the report that Caitlin Clark has suffered a mild bone bruise to her left ankle. And
the devastating news became public when reports confirmed that Caitlin Clark suffered a bone bruise in her left ankle on August 7th.
The Caitlin Clark injury situation is officially a mess.
Instead of clarity, her injury status has only created chaos.
Apparently, Caitlin Clark has now picked up an ankle injury.
To make things even more devastating, it was later discovered that Clark's ankle injury may have been hidden for weeks before fans even knew.
Well, she was rehabbing her groin, which was hurt while rehabbing her groin.
While rehabbing a groin injury, she ended up suffering an ankle injury on top of it, leaving everyone questioning if she will ever step back on the court this season.
She suffered this injury on August 7th.
What made the situation even worse was the bizarre way it was reported.
Not only is there not more clarity, there's more confusion about what her timeline could be.
Stephanie White originally suggested Clark could return to practice soon, but those expectations quickly disappeared.
We are just out and out, confused. That's the only way I can describe it, is that I am confused.
While people were told she was sprinting again and close to practice, behind the scenes she was already dealing with this new setback.
And now she suffered an ankle injury while rehabbing the groin from the rehab of the groin.
Her coach Stephanie White admitted she only hopes Clark can return before the regular season ends, but there is no guarantee.
Now, this was news to a lot of fans because this was just reported a couple days ago.
Some insiders insisted this injury didn't affect her timeline, while others said it absolutely delayed her comeback.
And that's coming on the heels of it seeming to be pretty clear when Clark would return to the court, or about when she would return to the court.
Reporters later revealed that she actually picked up another ankle setback during recovery, leading to conflicting updates.
Obviously, Stephanie White was no update on Caitlin Clark, and then randomly, we hear that Caitlin Clark has rolled her ankle?
By the time the Fever finally admitted it, confusion had spread everywhere.
And the question is she ever going to come back?
The fact remains, without being able to practice, she simply cannot play.
Fans have been highly anticipating Caitlin Clark's return to the court. Will she come back this season? When will she come back this season?
Fans were left frustrated, wondering why the league's biggest star is battling one injury after another with no clear explanation.
It was said on the ESPN broadcast on August 12th that Stephanie White hoped Clark would be back in practice this week.
One source said yes, the ankle slowed her down. Another insisted no.
For me, I'm what is actually happening?
Was her return timeline ever real? Or was it just a smokescreen to calm the fan base?
Indiana coach Stephanie White told reporters Sunday that she hopes Clark gets back before the end of the regular season.
The longer she stays sidelined, the more it looks like Indiana may be forced to move forward without their star.
A lot of fans have been so confused by the reporting. What is actually going on with Caitlin Clark?
For a player carrying the face of the WNBA, this kind of secrecy and confusion is alarming.
But the fact of the matter is, the coach is right.
This uncertainty has left fans and the franchise stunned.
Open portion of practice, Clark is not seen.
The reality? She has now missed 5 straight weeks of action, leaving her team and fans completely in the dark.
You can't practice, you can't play.
Each day that passes makes it harder to believe she will return this season.
Caitlin Clark is with the injured crew.
What's clear is that this season has turned into a nightmare, and Caitlin Clark being out has left Indiana scrambling.
I got to tell you, the Indiana Fever have got themselves a problem.
The way Indiana Fever handled Caitlin Clark's latest injury has been called nothing short of a PR disaster.
Oh my God, imagine a bruise in her left ankle.
Even worse, fans discovered that Clark's ankle may have been re-aggravated in the most shocking way, when her own coach accidentally stepped on it.
So look, Caitlin Clark is so massively popular and so much in the zeitgeist and the conversation that speculation is going to happen.
The confusion surrounding Clark's status has even sparked conspiracy theories.
She's over here with the injured crew. That is not ideal.
A major concern appeared during practice when Caitlin Clark was spotted sitting with the injured crew instead of participating with her teammates.
They got themselves a real problem after, of course, we found out that Caitlin Clark suffered yet another injury.
News surfaced that she suffered yet another injury during the Phoenix Mercury game, and instead of providing a direct update, the team stayed silent.
Like, this season is cursed. This season's cursed, like an injury actually being aggravated by a coach stepping on it.
Though unintentional, this moment only added to what many are calling a cursed season for Indiana.
And the biggest conspiracy theories will be like, oh, they're holding her out and stringing it along for ticket sales and ratings and all that.
Some voices accused the Fever of hiding details to keep selling tickets and boosting ratings, while others suggested the league itself doesn't want to admit how serious her injuries are.
She's over at the side at practice with the injured players.
Fans immediately worried this meant she was nowhere close to returning.
That injury, the new injury, yet another injury.
This silence fueled speculation and anger, with many calling the organization unprofessional and incompetent.
It's just getting ridiculous, some of these injuries. And look, I don't think she's back this season.
Imagine already battling a groin injury, then suffering a bone bruise, only for it to get worse because of a freak sideline incident.
But I do think the situation has gotten to the point of being odd.
Although those closest to the situation deny anything shady, the lack of transparency has fueled rumors everywhere.
Maybe we're looking too far into this.
Despite showing up in the same warm-ups as the rest of the team, her absence from drills was obvious.
The Indiana Fever's got $1 billion entity on their team. $1 billion damn dollars.
For a player valued as the billion-dollar face of the WNBA, such careless handling of her health situation is devastating.
I think she's done. I would be, with this new ankle injury, decide to let us know for whatever reason.
This brutal sequence left fans speechless, and many now believe Clark's season is officially over. For a franchise built around her, this is catastrophic.
And once the situation is to the point of odd, with a superstar like Clark, questions are going to be asked.
For fans who just want to know if Caitlin Clark is coming back this season, these mixed messages are devastating.
This is something a lot of people are like, oh, why are we having all these conspiracies? Man, it turns out she had an ankle injury that we didn't know about. Like, we have to take that into account.
For someone expected to lead Indiana, this image spoke louder than any press release.
You guys look completely incompetent and unprofessional.
Indiana's credibility is now questioned just as much as their playoff hopes.
Did she suffer a setback? Maybe, maybe not.
Every unanswered question makes it seem more likely she's truly out.
Now keep in mind, they're trying to make the playoffs for the second year in a row, but they've got a ton of injuries. They are 6th in the WNBA.
The Indiana Fever are desperately fighting to stay in the playoff race, but doing it without Caitlin Clark has been brutal.
Paige Beckers, she has just solidified her bid for Rookie of the Year.
The uncertainty around Clark has also shifted the spotlight to other rookies like Paige Beckers.
Let's be honest, fans just want to see Caitlin back on the floor at this stage.
Fans have been patient, but what they want most is simple: to see Caitlin Clark back on the floor.
You're complicit in creating them because you won't be open and you won't be honest.
The frustration has grown to the point where Indiana's handling of Clark is being labeled a complete joke.
The Indiana Fever right now are ranked 6th, and that's without Caitlin Clark for the past over a month.
The Indiana Fever are desperately fighting to stay in the playoff race, but doing it without Caitlin Clark has been brutal.
She went off in a game against the Los Angeles Sparks, scoring 44 points. But
after scoring 44 points in a single game, Beckers immediately drew comparisons to Caitlin Clark.
And I think if Caitlin Clark was done for the season officially, officially she wouldn't be in good spirits, but this is the last real practice the Fever have for the year.
Every game she misses chips away at their excitement and weakens the Fever's momentum.
Y'all are talking about Caitlin Clark coming back.
Critics argue the franchise has failed to protect its billion-dollar investment, risking both her long-term health and the team's future success.
That's with the fact that they've lost 4 guards, including Sophie Cunningham, who's out for the year.
Despite being ranked 6th in the WNBA, they've been forced to survive while missing not just Clark, but also other key guards like Sophie Cunningham, who is out for the year.
The craziest part about that was her shooting percentage. She shot over 80% from the field.
But while fans debated who's better, the harsh reality remains. Indiana cannot even compete without their leader.
Like, at least she's in good spirits. That's the only thing, is she's in good spirits.
Even though she's been seen in good spirits during practice, the reality is her presence on the sidelines does little to help the team on the court.
We've got 2 different Fever reporters, both reporting the injury did not and the injury did hamper her coming out and coming back. Which is it?
For the WNBA, this is devastating. The league counted on Clark's momentum to fuel playoff ratings and attendance.
You may know that the top 8 will make it to the playoffs in the WNBA, and they've got a 2-game lead over the 9 seed.
With 9 games left and only a slim 2-game lead over the 9th seed, the margin for error is razor thin.
Paige Becker's 44 points tonight versus the Sparks are the most points in a game by a rookie in WNBA history.
The fact that Clark's absence created space for other rookies to shine only highlights how much the Fever rely on her presence.
If the Fever go 2-4 in their next 6 games, and one of those 2 are against the LA Sparks, so let's say they beat the Sparks and the Vols.
The WNBA marketed her as its brightest star, and without her in action, the league loses the spark it built this season around her.
Caitlin getting stepped on by a coach right there on the left.
Stepped on by the coach, and I think she's going to be all right based upon the grin on her face. But
the left foot.
Fans are left questioning whether the Fever star has been cut down for the season, right when she was needed most.
So they're up 2 with 9 to go without Caitlin Clark.
The Fever's dreams of back-to-back playoff appearances may vanish if their star doesn't return.
The most points in a game by any player this season, and the first 40-piece in league history on 80%.
Without her, the franchise risks fading into the background of the league.
This is the season from hell. Like, the way the Fever do stuff doesn't really help, but this is the damn season from hell.
Can she actually get on the floor for the regular season?
He is out there with the Indiana Fever training staff. He's working on the knee, working on the groin, working on the ankle.
You guys look completely incompetent and unprofessional.
Let's be honest, fans just want to see Caitlin back on the floor at this stage.
This season is cursed. Caitlin Clark's injuries just keep piling up. Can she actually get on the floor for the regular season? Is that still realistic? The Fever are desperate. All they can do is hope Caitlin somehow comes back. For the WNBA, losing Caitlin Clark right now is absolutely devastating. Fans just want to see Caitlin Clark back on the floor. Nothing else matters. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share for more updates.